moments again, and Sunderland have scored.
Sunderland to the core, lifts the trophy that proclaims to the world, Sunderland are back.
For me, he should never, ever, ever wear a Sunderland shirt again.
Well, good morning. How we're feeling? Never, ever, ever have I been so happy for a player to ram a comment so far down my throat than I was to see Tommy Watson score that 94th minute winner yesterday.
He's gone to the Premier League and he's took us with him. Absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely unbelievable. I still can't believe it. It's still not sunk in. My throat's still raw. Honest to God, what an absolutely fantastic feeling. We are back in the Premier League. And that's just... What a day. What a day.
Sunderland are back.
Wasn't really nervous before the game, but as soon as the teams come out on the pitch, the nerves started kicking in, and the way the game started, from Patterson's absolutely unbelievable save in the first minute, which then saw Luke O'Nien had to get off after only 1 minute. You feel the worst, don't you? But Patterson's save, one of the best ever saves I've ever seen in my life. How he saved it, I didn't know. How he got down, it was almost behind him. And that kind of set the scene for the day. But Sheffield United, you know, I must say, I really feel for you, Sheffield United, your fans. We've been there, we know what you're feeling. It's a horrible feeling. You did play well yesterday for probably 75 minutes. Thought you had won the game. But, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Goals changes games. Injuries change games, and that's kind of what happened. But the first half was our Sheffield United, really. We struggled to get into the game. We couldn't get out of the ball. We kept giving the ball away in midfield. Sheffield United were quicker, faster, had more energy. And the score from our corner, you know, we get a corner, it's a poor one. We'll play a ball in, doesn't beat the first man, it's headed out. Gustavo Hemer didn't know he had that kind of pace, to be fair. He outruns 3 of our defenders. You know, somebody should have tackled him up, or just, you know, at least put him under. He picks the ball up, he plays a wonderful ball through to Tyrese Campbell. Campbell's first touch, Patterson's coming out, he chips it out of the goalkeeper, it's 1-0. And all those Sunderland fans are feeling the worst. We're thinking, here we go again. Playoffs, another defeat. And at that stage of the game, Sheffield United were on top and they were playing really, really well. You know, Kiefer Miller was torturing our two centre halves. He was winning everything up there. And then the big decision really was, I think, 20 odd minutes. It's another set piece. It's headed out to Harrison Burrows. Burrows with a great shot, to be fair. It guns in and the air kind of sucked out of us all in the Sunderland end. 2-0 down, Sheffield United on top. And you're thinking, oh, laddie, we gone. However, I did see that VAR could, do the dirty on some team yesterday. To be fair, it was the right decision. When you see it back, Burrows takes a shot. I think Vinny Souza is standing in front of Anthony Patterson, blocking his line of sight. It guns in. But I do agree, like I said before the game, VAR should not be used. We've not used it in 48 games this season. Why should you suddenly use it in the last game of the season, the playoff final? It's not fair. It's not on, and it's either all or never at all. It's either all the time or never at all. So in that way, I do feel for Sheffield United. I'd have felt the same if it had gone against us, but it was the right decision, and it was chalked off. And then probably the last maybe 5-6 minutes of the end of the first half, we started coming into the game a little bit more. I thought we started to settle down. I thought we started to come into the game. We started to put a few more passes together, but we got in at 1-0 down at half time. Now, we're hoping we can kind of fix things a little bit at half time, because we need to get a grip of the midfield. Like I say, we were getting out-fought and out-battled. Enzo Lafia wasn't in the game, really, to be fair, in the first half. Chris Rigg wasn't really working out on the right-hand side. Mundell didn't really look fit, like we knew he wouldn't be. But this Sunderland side, you can never, ever write them off. And I think substitutions from Regis Labrie yesterday changed the game for me. We brought Roberts on for Rigg in 58 minutes. But then we brought, Watson. We took Watson off. We brought Watson on and Wilson Isidore on. 73rd minute for Dan Naylor and Romain Mundell. And to be fair, they had changed the game. 3 minutes after them substitutions, we picked the ball up in midfield. Patrick Roberts, he finds himself on the left-hand side. He gets the ball and plays a wonderful ball through into Eliza Mienda. Eliza Mienda's first touch away from the defender. Second touch strike, top right-hand corner. Bang, goal. And the scenes are absolutely unbelievable. And we're back in the game. Didn't see it coming, to be fair. Like I say, we were in the Sunderland. We all thought feared the worst. Thought it was game over, because we didn't look like getting back in the game. Even though second half, I thought we were excellent. We were pressing them more high. We had a lot more energy. We were doing to them what they were doing to us in the first half. We were pinching the ball off in midfield, winning all the defensive headers again. And that equaliser was well deserved. And from then on, I really felt that there was only one team going to win the game. I think the key issue for Sheffield United was that they lost Gustavo Haim at injury in the 72nd minute. Brentford and Diaz came on, and within 5 minutes, Trey Humes put a tremendous tackle in. He's injured at a gun off, and then from there, they kind of lost their pattern of play. They kind of became a bit more disjointed, and like I say, from then on, was only us I thought was going to win the game. Now, I didn't agree with Wilder's comment after the game. Chris Wilder said he never ever felt in danger. Well, I'm sorry, but for the whole of the second half, I thought we were on top, so I don't know how you can say you never felt in danger. And then just as you think the game's, heading to penalties, or heading to extra time, we did it again for the second time in 2 games. There's a ball played over Sheffield United. Kiefer Miller, who I thought was excellent for them all day yesterday, he plays a sloppy pass. He tries to lay it off. It comes back into the path of Tommy Watson. And Tommy Watson, when you see the goal from behind, takes it into the middle of the pitch. He uses the defender as a screen, and he curls it round the defender into the bottom right hand corner. You couldn't have placed it any better anywhere else, and it wouldn't have went in. It was right in the corner, evading the goalkeeper's dive. It's 2-1, and the scenes are absolutely unbelievable. The scenes at the end of the game against Coventry, but honestly, the just pure joy and elation at the end of that game. I must admit, I shed a few tears myself at the end of the game. Didn't see it. I just didn't see it happening. I didn't think we were going to do it. But this side, you can never ever write them off. And all the criticism that I give them in them last 5 games, at the time, I felt it was justified. But these playoff games and yesterday, this team, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And, you know, to come back in a playoff final with such a young squad is something we'll probably never see again. You know, I could not be more proud of them. Could not be more proud of them. And the scenes at the end, you know, watching them lads get up and collect that trophy and seeing them at the end, the dancing and the happy, you know, it was just unbelievable. It's something that'll live with you forever. This past 2 weeks as a Sunderland fan have been unreal. Absolutely unreal. And now we'll look forward to the next season. We're back in the Premier League. We're going to be seeing the likes of Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, all them back at the Stadium Light after an 8-year wait. And it's going to be class. It's absolutely going to be class. The big talking points now are going to be who we're going to be signing. You know, who's going to be staying. We know the talk of Job linked with Borussia Dortmund. But, you know, seeing Job after the game last night, I think Job loves it here. And I don't think he would probably want to leave. But if there's a big offer comes in for him, we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, we'll now probably sign Enzo Olafia, who I thought when we dropped him back into that Dan Neil role, he looks a different player. And that's the position where he probably should be playing. You know, he got on the ball more, he was creating more, and he was more involved. But these young lads, you know, never cease to amaze you. Fantastic. Anthony Patterson got man of the match yesterday, which was probably justified. He made that save in the first half, and he made another save in the second half. I think 2 point blank ones when it could have went to 2-0. And, you know, he kept us in the game, but I thought, you know, second half, everybody stepped up. You know, Ballard, Mackem, everybody, Bellingham ran his socks off yesterday. He was everywhere. Gave everything for that yesterday. And I say I couldn't be more proud of them. Absolutely couldn't be more proud of them. And that day yesterday will live with me until the day I die. Honestly, I still haven't gotten over it. Neither's me throat. Regis Lebris, an absolutely massive thank you. You know, what a job you have done this season. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable the job that you've done. Come in from a first time you've been in the English League to hit the ground running. Yes, I've criticised you this season, but I take it all back. I take it all back for what you've done. The job what you've done, absolutely fantastic. Mr. Dreyfus, you said there was a 5-year plan. Your 5-year plan has worked and come to fruition. Kudos to you, sir. But, you know, fantastic. What more can I say? What more can you say? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. You know, how did your day go? How did you enjoy the travel back? What was the scenes after the game? Honest to God, for anybody who couldn't get to the game but you watched it on the telly, how was it for you? You know, the scenes back in Sunderland when they watched it in Kale Square was unreal and all. So just buzzing for the whole city and enjoy your bank holiday weekend. I don't know what else to say apart from, however, lads, we're back in the Premier League, roll on next season, get this derby back home and all, and see how we get on. But in the meantime, please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. We're a Premier League channel now with Premier League numbers, hopefully. See if we can get to 4,000, and I'll probably do another video in a couple of days when it's all settled down, when my throat's a bit better. But at this moment in time, I'm on cloud 9, could not be more happier. I'm going to enjoy my bank holiday weekend, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. And we are Premier League.